Powerful Content Podcast, your go-to source for content creation, strategy, and business inspiration. I'm your host, Mel Daniels, content strategist, coach, and speaker, empowering women across the globe to grow their business with powerful content that connects, nurtures, and converts. So if you're ready to create standout content that gets you noticed and remembered, or build an aligned audience who love you and are ready to buy from you, you're in the right place. I believe that content has the power to connect us all. It's up to you how you use it. Listen in for genuine and insightful chats with guests, as well as practical tools and strategies from me. It's so lovely to have you here. Let's dive into the show. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to episode 82 of the Powerful Content Podcast. Oh my goodness, we're edging ever closer to the 100th episode, which is just a little bit exciting. I think we'll definitely have to arrange some sort of celebration, don't you? Some sort of giveaway, I don't know. I'll put my thinking cap on. But let's talk about heading into the last 90 days of the year. As you probably know by now, if you've been listening for a while, I'm a planner content creator archetype. And if you want to know what yours is, head to the show notes where I have a link to take the quiz. And it literally is quick. It's just 8 questions. But as a planner, I've mapped out my blog and podcast episodes for an entire year, and I do it every single year as well. But recently, I've been picking up on a general feeling of lethargy. And I get it. Every year, the last 3 months, I really switch focus from business to personal because I have 2 family birthdays. Plus, it's our crazy dingo dog's birthday as well. We have endless end of year concerts and Christmas things. And this year, I still wanted to be able to do all of this. But I also wanted to feel as though I wasn't totally shutting down business-wise. Because in previous years, I found it a really hard slog to get going at the beginning of the new year. So I've recently reassessed what I was doing for the last 90 days in my business, and I decided to switch around my podcast recording schedule so I could actually fit this topic in and share with you some ideas that you might like to run with in this next period as well. The first thing that I did was reassess my goals. Now, if you haven't already listened to it, head back to episode 49 with Annie Love, where we talk about being intentional in order to make progress. And I love this and see the outcome of this in my business all the time. As an example, at the moment, I am totally not focused on building my email list as a priority. So guess what? I've had less than 10 people sign up to my email list in the last month. This is a perfect example of not being intentional with something. But because I'm not intentional, I understand that the outcomes are not going to be as I expect. So when I reassessed my goals, I went back to one of my goals that I set at the beginning of the year, and that was to finish writing my book. Well, it's finished, but I've been sitting on it. It needs editing, it needs a lot of research around it, obviously needs to be published. And when I looked at the last quarter, I saw where I'd placed my next launch of the Content Effect was going to mean that I couldn't realistically launch my book's Kickstarter campaign until well into 2024. So whilst I have a goal of increasing my membership numbers, something had to give. And as I don't want to wait another 6 months to do something about bringing my book to life, I juggled the launch schedule. I've found a way to do both things in the last 90 days. Yes, it's going to be a little bit of a push and a little bit hard. But this is exciting for me, and it's increased my workload, which I'm gradually getting through. And I'm going to talk about more of this later, but it means now that I can really dive into 2024 with more momentum. So I'd encourage you to have a look at your goals. And even if there's no way that you think you can actually achieve the end desired outcome of that goal by the end of the year, what's 1 or 2 small steps that you can take now to give you the momentum to run with them next year? And if you didn't set yourself any goals at the beginning of the year, well, set yourself one now. Why not? The increase in workload in juggling my Kickstarter launch for my book and the Content Effect has meant that I really need to prioritize my tasks. I have to think about what things will bring me the most success and achieve my objectives. Now, my daughter learned a very valuable lesson with this recently. She had an assignment which allowed her to be creative, but whilst the quality of work of the project was really high and it looked amazing, she failed to budget how long it would take her to do it. So as a consequence, she had a couple of very late nights and one early morning. And if you have a teen, you know that combination does not go very well. And she ended up being really disappointed at the outcome. So the moral of this story is to really focus on those tasks that are going to get you the best outcome, that's going to finish the job or achieve the goals you want to achieve. So if, it's selling 3 packages over the next few months, then it's all about focusing your content on the possibilities that those packages create for your client. Or it may be directly reaching out to a number of people that you think would be a really good fit for your package. Procrastinating or wasting hours in Canva is not going to get those 3 packages sold. So at this time of year, I really feel like it's prioritizing those tasks that are high impact but low time investment. Okay, let's get content specific now and talk about what's changed for me in this last 90 days and specifically what I've needed to do with my 90-day content plan. I want you to think about what are the themes or the topics that will achieve your outcome or achieve your goal. For me and my Kickstarter campaign, it was about rearranging my plan to fit in topics that would lead into people wanting to purchase my book or purchase a package on the Kickstarter campaign. So I pushed back the plan for the launch of the Content Effect content for a month and then replaced the gap with 2 new blogs and 3 new podcast episodes, which make sure that you hit subscribe so you can listen to those. I'm really effectively front-loading my content creation right now as I'd already created most of the launch content for the Content Effect. So that's a huge win in my eyes as I won't need to do it later. But right now, I'm working my butt off. My proposed theme for October content then got moved to February next year. Another huge win as it's one less month next year I'm going to have to worry about. So if your aim is to sell those 3 packages, what are the 3 blogs or podcast episodes or videos, that's just 1 per month over the next quarter, that you can prepare or record today that will help potential clients have that mini aha moment and want to purchase from you? So I really encourage you, no matter what your content creator archetype is, I really encourage you to have a look at your plan and make sure that you are creating and publishing content that really is in line with what you want to achieve. Okay, so then this will allow you to reimagine your content. And here I go again on the reimagination train. Episode 10 is the episode you want to listen to if you want to find out more about the power of reimagination. But not only can you use reimagination on the core content that you're going to create right now to sell those packages or to achieve your goal, but you can use reimagination as well by reposting previous social media posts from this time last year or revisit a piece of core content that you've already created. The options here are endless. So there's so many ways that you can save your time and you can save your energy just by being a little bit smart and just by looking at your 90-day content plan. Okay, the next thing and last thing that I think that you need in order to go into the last 90 days with that momentum is accountability and support systems. I want you to think about whether you need someone else's help to get things done, whether it's with the actual doing or being held accountable, because often we have the best intentions when it comes to our business and getting things done, but we're very good at finding distractions to derail us. Cleaning, scrolling, or in my case, baking, always feels as though they have to be done right now. And this is something that I love about the Content Effect community. It's such a safe space to air your challenges and receive the support to get that thing done. Lastly, I understand the challenges that you face as an impact-driven entrepreneur. I'm one myself. You love to serve, but you easily get pulled into doing #all the things. And at this time of year, when you've got additional pressures, events, invitations, responsibilities, it's okay not to do everything. Adapting to change is definitely a challenge, but it's 100% okay if you change your plans, especially if unexpected opportunities or challenges come your way. And flexibility is the key to success here. Just like I've been flexible with launching my Kickstarter campaign, I've weighed up the extra workload, changed my content direction for a short period, and going to do my absolute best to meet my funding goal and increase my membership as well. So if you're looking for a way to make content creation work for you in a way that doesn't feel formulaic or icky, then I invite you to head over to my Kickstarter campaign. It's currently in pre-launch, but you can hit the green notify me button and Kickstarter will let you know when it goes live, which at this stage is early October 2023. And just quietly, I've added some incredible but limited number of early bird offers. So you can grab the book and snap up some discounted opportunities to work with me as well. The link is in the show notes, or just head to kickstarter.com and search for Mel Daniels. So to wrap up the episode today, there's a number of things that you can do that don't take up too much time or energy to ensure that you keep things ticking over leading into the last 90 days of the year that will really create flow leading into next year. There's nothing worse than feeling like you need to kick off a new year from a standing start. A rolling start is so much easier. So I really encourage you to go and reassess or revisit your goals. Prioritize your tasks, what's going to give you the most bang from your buck right now. Look at your content plan, including theming and reimagining your content, and find that accountability and support to make it happen. And don't forget, if you want to find out more about my new book, The Power of Content, head on over to kickstarter.com and search for Mel Daniels. I can't wait to bring you along for this journey. Together we can create change and end this year with momentum. Talk soon. Thanks so much for listening. That's it for another week. To get more powerful content in your life, make sure you're following along on socials. My handle is @meldbusiness. And just in case you're wondering, the groovy music for this podcast was created by Just Here on SoundCloud. I'd also be super grateful if you took a moment to rate and review this podcast so more amazing women like you can experience the power of content. And if you're like, hell Mel, stop talking, I'm ready to work with you now, here's how we can work some powerful content magic together. Firstly, come and join the Content Effect, my membership inspiring women with service-based businesses to ditch the content chaos and start creating stand-out content that gets you noticed and makes sales. You can join us by using the link in the show notes or just Google the Content Effect. The second way we can work together is via my one-on-one packages. We can create a sustainable content strategy or start to build out your client journey. It's up to you. Hop on over to meldbusinessservices.com.au/services to find out more. Until next time, have a beautiful week and embrace the power of your content.